Hey everyone, my name is Derek McCurry and I am the owner of LowPro Mounts. In this video, I'm going to explain how to install a LowPro mount onto a Ruger Mark Series pistol. So the things that you will need are a 3/32 inch hex driver, a T10 Torx driver, micro Torx driver ideally, as well as some Loctite thread locker blue 242 removable thread locker or something similar to this. You're also going to need your compatible red dot optic, as well as the LowPro mounting plate and the included screws that it comes with. So the first step in the installation process is to make sure that the firearm is unloaded and safe. And then I'm going to be using I sell this stand here, this display and maintenance stand that makes it really easy to install your red dot on the pistol. So after you've ensured the firearm is unloaded, the first step is to remove the Picatinny rail using the 3/32 inch hex screwdriver. So I'm going to move those things out of the way. And then there should be two 3/32 inch hex screws that attach the Picatinny rail to your Ruger pistol here. So once those are loosened, I'm going to move this out of the way, leaving us with a naked pistol here. The next step, which is optional but highly recommended, is to clean out these threaded holes with isopropyl alcohol. This is going to ensure that the blue Loctite gives you a good and secure fit later. So I'm going to, off camera, squirt some isopropyl alcohol onto a Q-tip here. And then I am going to push it down into those threads and clean them out. And I'm going to switch it over to the dry side, kind of just dry up that extra alcohol. Okay, next step is, here, I'm actually going to blow these out with some compressed air, but you can also just allow it to air dry over the course of a few minutes. Okay, so next step is to, we're going to open up our LowPro mount here. Of course, it's going to come with the mount itself. This one's an RMR footprint, as well as 4 screws. So we've got 2 shorter screws and 2 longer screws. So the 2 shorter screws are what you're going to use to attach the mounting plate to your Mark Series pistol, and then the 2 longer screws are what you're going to use to attach the optic to the mounting plate itself. So first things first, let's grab our T10 micro screwdriver. I'm going to put one of the short screws on here. I'm going to place the mounting plate on top of the barrel of the pistol. And then I'm going to grab my blue Loctite. And I'm going to apply a small, keyword small, amount of Loctite to the threads. And then here, sorry, I'm gonna move this closer to the camera. And we're gonna screw the shorter screw down onto the pistol. Do the same thing with the second screw. Small amount of blue Loctite, not too much. and then we're going to torque it down finger tight. So finger tight is the key word here. Finger tight is basically as hard as you can apply with your fingers. Do not grab the micro screwdriver with your hand. Finger tight is as much torque as you can apply with your fingers. And that's about 3 to 4 inch-pounds. So if you're one of the few people that owns a torque screwdriver that can go down to 3 inch-pounds, use the torque screwdriver. Otherwise, use a micro screwdriver like what I've got here. And I've got a link in the description for this specific micro screwdriver. What you should not use is a full-size screwdriver, because you can apply a lot more torque with your hand on a full-size screwdriver. I think you can apply up to 40 inch-pounds of torque with a standard size screwdriver. So anyways, this is critical. Use a small screwdriver and only a micro screwdriver, and only apply finger tight torque. All right, so next step is you're gonna take your compatible optic. In this case, we've got a HoloSun 507 comp, and you're gonna place it on top of the 2 locator pins on the mounting plate. And you should feel it kind of lock in place and it have a nice tight fit. So you can see that what's wobbling here is the stand, but that red dot is on there nice and tight. All right, so now we're gonna use, again, we're gonna use our T10 screwdriver, micro screwdriver, and we're going to apply blue Loctite to the longer screws that came in the bag. Now, if these screws are too long or too short, you can alternatively use the screws that came with your optic. There should be 6 30-second screws. That is the standard. Do the other side here. All right. Then I like to do the first side and the second side kind of loosely fit, and then you come back and you really torque it down finger tight. Finger tight. And there you have it. You have installed your LowPro mount. Now what you're going to want to do after this is wait 24 hours for your blue Loctite to fully cure before you take it to the range and begin the process of zeroing your red dot. I hope this video was helpful. If you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave those in the video description. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time. Thank you. All right, so just to demonstrate or prove that finger tight on a micro screwdriver is approximately 3 to 4 pounds, I've already torqued these screws down as tight as I can go by hand with this micro screwdriver. And then I happen to have a micro torque screwdriver here that is set at 3 inch-pounds, and I'll provide the link to this in the video description as well. And just so that you guys can see the readout on screen, I'm gonna put this on the screw threads, and that is right at 3 inch-pounds. We'll do the other side for safe measure.